So in the last video, I installed the BC Racing BR coilovers on my 2021 WRX. And for today, I will be attempting to dial in the ride height. Originally, I was going to wait for the new wheels to adjust the ride height, but after the coilover install, I had noticed that the front camber plates were facing the wrong way. And since I'm going to be fixing that anyways, why not have some fun and play around with the ride height as well? Plus, hopefully the car will look even better, as right now each wheel has different wheel gaps and I want them to all match and be a little bit lower. I hope this video can help anyone adjusting their coilovers, and stick around to the end where there will be a cinematic for the final results after a few days of driving and letting the coilovers settle. As always, timestamps will be down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, so our first objective is to reinstall the front coilover. As you can see, the camber plates are facing diagonally, but should be left to right horizontally. I'm probably put the left and right stickers facing outwards, since I see a lot of videos when they install correctly do that. But for this part, I'm probably not going to show you guys that much of me doing it, since it's pretty much the same as the install video. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and measure all of the wheel gaps, since it's already down on the floor. That way I don't have to do it later once I fix the front coilovers, just to see how the car is sitting with all the default settings. I know the front is the lowest and probably the best looking one, so I'm probably going to try to match all the wheel gaps off of this one, but this one might need to be lowered as well. So the game plan is I'm gonna do this one first and then do all the other ones. But anyways, let's go ahead and measure all of the wheel gaps just to see where we are. Also, please excuse the car looking a little bit dirty throughout the video. It's been getting a little bit colder here, so I haven't got a chance to wash it, but I will wash it soon. Alright, so my choice of measurement tool is this measuring caliper, but I'm pretty sure you can just use a tape measure. Not sure if this is the proper way to measure it, but I'm just gonna measure this edge of the wheel here to the top fender part. So yeah. So the front driver side's about 3.5 inches. Front passenger side's about 3.6 inches with a little bit extra numbers. Now the rear driver side is actually pretty surprising. It's 3.5 almost perfectly, which is weird because I thought it looked a little bit higher than the front. And for the rear passenger side, I'm looking at 3.6 almost exactly. So that's what we're currently working with. Again, I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly or not. Also, those measuring calipers were scratching up the wheels a little bit, but good thing we're gonna change out the wheels eventually. So now I can finally fix the front coilovers, and I'm just gonna do that off camera and then cut to when I'm done. All right, so now we have the camber plates facing the correct way now. As you can see on both sides, they're both facing horizontally. The letters are facing outwards. Now I can finally adjust the coilovers. And the way I'm gonna approach this is doing the front first and then going to the back and doing the rears. Also, if you're going to be lowering the rear a significant amount, you might wanna consider getting adjustable lower control arms. Initially, I had thought you only needed that if you wanted to add some camber to it, but you're also gonna wanna consider it if you wanna take away some camber, because when you're lowering down the coilovers, you're naturally gonna increase some camber. So to compensate for that, you wanna take away camber with the low control arms. I don't have that with me today. But anyways, I'm just gonna wing it and hopefully it doesn't get too crazy, but let's get started with the adjustments. So to adjust your coilovers, you're gonna need a pair of spanner wrenches that is provided with the coilovers. So the top two collars should affect the preload, which should be set from factory already, so I'm not gonna mess with that. But to adjust ride height, you wanna loosen up this locking collar first. And then according to the BC Racing manual, to lower the car, you wanna move this top collar here from right to left, which is clockwise. And then if you wanna raise the car, you wanna do the bottom collar here, right to left, which is counterclockwise. And I'm gonna throw out an allegedly out there, because that's how I'm interpreting the manual. I could be wrong, but we'll find out pretty soon if I'm right. So let's get started. So I got my smaller spanner wrench here, and I'm gonna loosen the bottom one. I think I should do it the other way. Wait, I'm stupid, never mind, the other way. All right, so now it's loose. I'm gonna try to go for a drastic drop just to see where it's at for funsies. So I'm gonna do about right here, looks fine. And now since I'm lowering the car, I want to adjust the top collar clockwise. So that would be turning it from right to left. So just imagine a clock. And I just keep turning it like this. And then eventually you're gonna see this go up to where your bottom locking collar is. And that means you've raised it to where you want it. And then after that, you just tighten the bottom down. So I'm just gonna keep turning until this raises up. Or I'm gonna keep turning until this goes up, which means I'm dropping the car lower. And again, if you want to raise the car, you'll be adjusting the bottom one right here, the bottom locking collar, and you want to turn that counterclockwise. So I'm just gonna try to speed run this. As you can see, as I'm doing it, this bottom gap here is getting smaller and smaller, which means I'm hopefully doing it correctly. As you guys can see, the bottom has reached this bottom locking collar, and this gap is drastically smaller now, which means the car should be lower. Now I just need to tighten it down with a smaller wrench, and we should be good to go. There you go. All right, so I managed to get both sides to be around 0.8 of an inch in the gaps. So let's put the wheels and tires back on, drop the car, and see what it looks like. Considering how much we changed it, I think it's gonna be too low, but we won't find out until we drop it and see how big of a difference it did. Again, we're just playing around here, so let's see what it looks like. All right, so now we're gonna slowly drop the car. Kind of nervous because it's probably gonna be too low, but we will see. Everything's ready. Let's do this. Ultimate reveal. Steady. Steady. Touchdown, we've touched down, we've touched down. Holy crap. Dude, I don't know if my jack, dude, my jack is, I think my jack's barely clearing it. Holy crap, you guys see this? Let me see what the wheel situation looks like. Oh my gosh. Dude. Dude, that looks kind of crazy. First of all, look at my jack. This is barely clearing. Like, this is as flat as the jack goes, and I can pull it out. Whew. That's crazy to clear, but obviously not going any lower than that, probably. But look at that wheel gap. Way smaller. I think this driver side's perfect for me. Like, I don't want to go any crazy. Like, this is perfect. This is, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Holy crap. Dude, that looks so nice. I thought it looked nice before, but it looks even better right now. Holy crap. As far as the passenger side, this is what it looks like. Pretty low, drastically lower than before. I'm not sure if it's the same on both sides, but honestly, I think I got it right the first time. I'm pretty lucky, I guess beginner's luck. This is crazy. Dude, that looks nice. Like, basically the ride height I'm going for is kind of like respectable ride height, like low. It looks good, but not slammed, you know what I mean? So, like, basically I want it practical, but aesthetically pleasing and low. So I think this is just a perfect ride height. Obviously, I'm gonna find out soon enough when I'm driving, but dude, this is perfect as far as aesthetically low. I'm out of breath, hold on. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and get some measurements on both sides, see where both sides is standing right now, and see if I need to adjust the other side more, because I know the other side is higher, and I think that's a common issue with the WRX and STI for 2015, 2021, that the left side's always uneven from the right side. But we'll see. Let's see if I need to make any adjustments. But wow, that's awesome. All right, so I just got done measuring both sides with the measuring caliper, and apparently the passenger side is actually 0.1 inch higher than the driver's side, which doesn't seem like a lot, but apparently I feel like I can tell a difference. Like, look at this side, and then if I go to the other side, it just looks a little higher to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? So it looks almost the same. I don't know, but you know, it says only 0.1 of an inch. I think I'm gonna do it one more time, jack it up, and then adjust the passenger side slightly a little bit, and then we'll see how it looks. And hopefully, I'm going for visibly looks the same. Not really numbers wise, but just visibly looks the same. Otherwise, it's just gonna bother me. So, but I mean, ultimately though, it doesn't really matter since I'm on stock wheels. I'm getting new wheels eventually, so the fitment's probably gonna be different. But I just wanna look good right now and feel nice. So let's try it one more time, and hopefully we get it visibly looking the same, and then we'll do the rears. So apparently my car is so low in the front now that I can no longer jack from the front, even with the ramps on. So I have to try it from the side if I'm gonna lower the passenger side even more. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do future oil changes, but I guess this is the price I pay for trying to look cool. But I think we're in too deep now, so we'll figure that out another day. All right, so I think I got the passenger side to a point where I'm happy with. It looks probably slightly higher, but I think it looks almost the same. So let's try to back it out. Hopefully I can clear the ramps and look at it, see if it looks great or not. And then we'll jack up the rears, do the rears, and call it a day. And let's get going. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh. We are living edgy, life on the edge. Dude, it looks so low. All right, so we are now on the ground here. Let's see how the gap looks. Dude, that is more than enough for me, to be honest. That is crazy. Let's see what the other side looks like. Hopefully similar. Yeah, Slightly higher, pretty similar though. I'm happy with that. It's gonna be changed in the future anyways once I get the wheels. But there you go. Now I just gotta do the rears, the speed run it, and we'll call it a day. I came prepared with some wheel chocks this time. Gotta learn from our mistakes. Oh well, it won't even fit. Uh-oh. Hopefully this is gonna hold the line. Uh-oh, that might be a problem, we'll see. Never mind, I managed to kick it in a little bit. So we should be good. Also, real quick before I jack it up, here's the wheel gaps that we were dealing with on both sides of the rear. This is the driver's side, and this is the passenger side. So I managed to get both sides to be around 0.7 of a gap. And here is what the other side looks like. This side's probably gonna be lower, but let's get both wheels and tires on and let's lower it and see how we are looking. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Could go a little bit more. Well, I'll probably go again. Go for another round 2. This is what the other side looks like, slightly lower. All right, this time I got both sides looking like this, which is about 0.4 of an inch. All right. One of the reasons is because I'm tired, but I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It just looks pretty good. Probably not as low as the front, but I mean, it's pretty low. On the other side, I think it looks even lower. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, there's a tight squeeze right here, but once I back out and go outside, I can give you guys a better angle. I honestly probably could get away with maxing out the rears, but I'm gonna play it safe and leave it at that for now. Plus, in the future, the wheels are gonna be bigger anyway, so let's just leave it at that and play it safe. I still think it looks pretty good, so let's back out and see the final results. Alright, so here is how the car looks. It actually looks pretty good now that I've backed out. I think the driver's side is probably the best side, front and rear. Here's how that looks. Here is how the rear looks. The rear actually looks perfect now. Now that I backed out, it looks pretty good. I don't think I would go any lower than that. And here is the passenger side. Passenger side, again, looks pretty good. Looks a little higher than the other side, but I'm happy with it for now. And then here's the passenger side. Looks pretty good too. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Let me know what you guys think. Was this a win? Also, not gonna lie, pretty sad about this, but on the way out, I opened the door to check if I cleared the ramps, and my door hit the jack stand on accident. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think, how the WRX is coming along. You guys think the ride height looks pretty good? Let me know. Again, here is where it looks like. Looks pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I helped anyone trying to adjust their coilovers. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.